What the fuck's happening, everybody? It's your boy. The biggest balls in the Green Mountains. And I'm here. Want a status update? I'm sitting here and I'm feeling the town after it blossomed out of the vivid fireball of the gang stalker. You know how it's quiet the whole time, and then as soon as I start creating, there needs to be something in my way. So this is going around me in a circle to move me from creation and free associative co-creation, daydreaming, into just explaining the abuse I'm going towards, so that gets into your head, and then you start to become a battery promoting a matrix where the fruits we bear are based off of the information that we take in, right? What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was saying that we blossomed from Scorpio into Sagittarius. What were the big awakenings I realized? I was like, why am I surrounded by Capricorns? So I look up, what was Capricorn in tarot? And it's the devil. I've been getting tarot readings where they go, why are there so many Capricorns? I'm getting Capricorn here, Capricorn here, Capricorn here, Capricorn. And I'm like, man, they really are filling up my life lately. And then how come all these Capricorns have other people named Casey around them? Libras and Capricorns. Everywhere. Throughout my life. And then I'm like, oh shit, the Libras were balancing out. And the Capricorns were always asserting and trying to control everything. Trying to steer the narrative in their own direction. So I'm like, what is that? And it's the devil. I'm hearing white people getting aggressive. Isn't it weird how these police brutality videos, every time it's just a guy standing there, right? And then the police show up very happy to be attacking. You see they put their head down like, how's it going? Because in their mind, they're attacking the person. And then it's just they have roadblocks keeping them from harming others. They spend their whole life trying to attack people. And then these police brutalities is just they break free. They just like, get out of my programming. So as I'm doing my nightly rituals where I feed all the animals, I make sure the homeless people are okay. And then I have to ride around White America while the people go crazy because they're brainwashed. And I'm kind of just, I don't want to be a guidance counselor or someone that works with homeless people. But there's no community action people that come out here to help the homeless. So if I hear wailing in the woods of someone screaming at himself because the police hurt they took away his ability to create safety in himself so that he's now roaming the wastes, afraid of everything that's going to happen because of a ritual of energy vampirism where they had to shove their dick in the guy's face, because if they don't, the truth will crash into their bodies and they'll realize they're miserable pieces of shit. They're not underpaid. They deserve to be paid less. And every dead cop is a happy day for me. God, it's their fault if they put young girls in the police force and they get killed. So I'm walking down the street and I'm the most powerful empath. There's a couple, so I'm in my life, all my friends that come into my life are 33s. It's raining, we're congregating. So there was a 33 Scorpio, and there's a 33 Cancer, there's a 33 Leo, but I'm the 33 Sagittarius Taurus rising, which means I'm the Taurus rising are the oldest souls. The 33 life path are the oldest souls. People born in the 11th are the oldest souls, and it's the 22nd, which is where your manifestations come to a head and you get into that last bit of making it happen. So I'm saying that as I'm going through the day, it seems like they're always trying to rain on my parade. And that's down to a conscious level with the new AI metaverse in the 5G networks. So I can tell, because it's the year of the forest, the wood, and how long have I spent in the woods this year learning about life? In my earth school, fuck you. That feeling my senses like a night in the forest. Basically, I made waves during Scorpio season. What happens in Scorpio season? That's the start of Scorpio season. I was writing a song called November Rain. The whole Scorpio season was just people raining on my parade. The earth has literally shown me, before I even brought it up, that it started raining when I'm describing that the Scorpio season dumped on me and I had to persevere through. And we're just now entering Sagittarius, so we're clearing up that energy. So hopefully they call you cross-watching gang stalkers, and that you're very sick people. And it's a systematic problem, and the system is more of our consciousness. Does this seem like normal rain? Okay, so there's a couple people that are excited for me, and I appreciate that. I also never really asked for anybody's opinion. I kind of like it. I've been basically, I've like, it's like Rambo, where you throw yourself, as an empath, the networks that I enter are places that contrast my trait, my character, my moral integrity and values very well, because it highlights me, and I'm a fighter. So I walk through places. I mean, at first it was violent. I grew up in isolation, then I grew up in bullying, then I grew up in institutions, locked in a room, then I grew up then I was in drugs, because that was the only place I had a place to sleep, were people that were drug addicts. And I didn't do hard drugs, but I was on medication that serotonin reuptake inhibitors take your serotonin and they keep it swimming around your brain, so then when they fill you up with drugs like weed, that serotonin stays overloading in your brain until you pop. So then I was in college in Maine, because I'm breaking out. I had to break out of institutions. I had to break out of my father attacking me. I had to break out of bullying by working out. I had to break out. So this is my favorite part of the whole thing. It just sucks that the way they combat what I've learned is by ritualistic psychological torture to make you feel like you're powerless, so that everywhere your eyes look with your reticular activation system becomes a generation of you feeling like they're all taking your power away, like the police did. So everywhere you look, subconsciously, if you don't do the shadow work, are trying to basically create a means for you to give all of your insides out. That's how they deal with people that are blessed, is they try to make them feel like they don't deserve to feel the way they do, and that actually everything else is taking it from them, so that low-key they become like pollinators. You know, if you go back through my channel, all the symbolism with bees, and all the good cops have bee tattoos. The strangers that we're not sure if, you know how we had daydreams, and then we had televisions, which are stagnant moving pictures. The evolution from a television would be like the Dome in Las Vegas, where the entire scene is a moving picture. And then if you just keep going up exponentially through that rabbit hole, you'll have nanoparticles, which is like how drones can do drone shows. And they're all floating to create an image. And we can see that image from all the different lights blinking from the floating drones. You take that exponentially, and then you have nanoparticles, a fizz or a mist or a fog, that's all lighting up in sync with each other from an AI creating an image. And that's where you have holographic spaceships and controlled clouds that move. And then you go even further, then you have atoms shining light and colors to an intelligence to display images. And then you keep going further. How would you be able to tell that everything outside of you isn't just a projection? That this whole moving space, even our bodies, is a moving holographic movie. Projections of light. So then you look inside, and that's where I start to see. And what I see is hordes of fat white people consuming things that attach demonic entities to them and keeping them trapped in the will of other entities. And they love it. Then they build big structures so that they can hide and party in it. And then the people that might damage their party, they hired guard dogs. And they take brainwashed children, like in prom, when you go to prom and then the prom queen feels really good. And then she goes to the local restaurant and all the fat old white people come up and smell the flour on her dress. Those are systems. And if you look at carbon, the point was the only underlying common denominator between all of these is carbon. We're carbon-based life forms. So if you look at carbon on the elemental periodic table, it's element 12.11, and it's got the big 6, and it's a C, capital. And I'm Casey Francis O'Brien, the 33 life path, born 1211. All these people that hate me, that follow me around, do all this shit to me. It's nothing. When you're a powerful fire sign, everything that happens is automatically transmuted based off of my emotional state. It's just fuel for my passion that I learned from my father, and then now 2 decades of Leo seasons. It's just getting over the trauma in an environment that doesn't really let you utilize your mind. So if you remember here, they were very happy with me. They loved pretending that they were helping the homeless guy by letting him chill here. I had a tent in there. Good relationship with that guy, and I still have a good relationship with that guy. Dollar store was fine. He was trying to get me to work for him. I was using the grill. Nobody minded me using the grill until I posted on YouTube of me spending $40 of donation money and $40 of my food stamps to buy everything those migrant workers needed